Well, hey there, gardening friends. We're back. It's, I believe, day 20 of our little seed starting adventure. And I am starting these pepper seeds over, so to speak. I'm going to take them out of the bags. We're going to go ahead and put them in a tray. I'm going to moisten it down. We're going to put the lid. We're going to crank up the heat on the sucker and see what happens. Haven't really had luck with the baggies from what I can tell, breaking into them. So we're going to do that tonight. Also, let me show you. Turn it this way. I don't know if we'll be able to pick it up. But it looks like our... Well, hey, two turtles. Thanks for stopping in here. Let me show you my little outlet. We're still having a little problem with ants, I think. Up on the top, you can see kind of those crussies. I think they're more involved in there than what than just the surface. So spraying a little thieves spray, got the ones on the surface, but there's more that are behind that outlet. So before we leave tonight, as we get closer to the lights turning off, I will turn on my closet light on here, and we'll turn off the switch, and I'll pull that outlet and we'll spray them again. And I may end up having to take that outlet cover off to really get in there to handle what's going on there, because they're persistent. Maybe it's going to be setting a little bait trap with the borax, whatever it is. Hey, Tom. You're ready for taters, huh? Uh-oh. About lost my charger block. If you guys saw my earlier video, I attempted to do a little stream out at Dad's house. We were out there for several hours today. Had dinner and stuff out there, but got my greenhouse cleaned out, worked out real great. I've got a pressure washer. Actually, it's Dad's pressure washer, but he lets me keep it here because I'm using it more than he does. Hey, Stone. Yeah, it's that time of year, man. You guys are ahead of me. I didn't do squat in the garden. I got my greenhouse ready today. It worked out perfect. I thought I was going to have to scrub it and stuff like that and soap it down, but I took the pressure washer. I was like, well, let's see what happens here. So cranked it up, and I was able to take the mildew right off the panes. Actually, I had the kids wash it down initially to get most of it, and then I went over it one more time. Yeah, I need to get some NPK too. Yeah, yeah. But we got a lot done out there, and then my future brother-in-law works for a grocery store, and I just got a text from my boss. And we'll get to it later here. Actually, I better get to it now. 12, 12, 12. Yeah, if you want to get some, I tell you what, can swap you a bag of that for some taters. How about that? That, or I can just pay for it because I know you got some other stuff. You just tell me how much it is. I can reimburse you. And, hey, Stone, I was going to ask you, you still got those sticks? Or were you able to get those out? Because my trailer's freed up. I took the seedlings out. Oh, that's a good question. Let's go ahead and do. How much were they again? That's not bad. Why don't we go ahead and do 2 bags? Yeah, those sticks. Actually, Stone. I could ask my dad. He lives in Moorfield Township, and I noticed a bunch of people were putting tree limbs and all kinds of stuff out in the front of their yards, for the city or for the county to pick up. Okay. Um, anyway, maybe what I can do is pick up those sticks and I could take you out to Dad's house. We could drop the sticks there at the front of his yard if the county's going to pick them up. I'll ask him to be sure, but if so, maybe I'll bring them out there. That or he might even be willing to burn them. He's got a little fire ring, and we were burning wood and cardboard and all kinds of stuff in it today. He'd be willing probably to burn the sticks if the county doesn't pick them up. I'm sure we could do something with them. But I'll check with him tomorrow, and if that works, then maybe we might even be able to knock that out tomorrow. We'll kind of see how that goes. Yeah. Oh man. So I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun season. Assuming I don't get like COVID-19 or something ignorant, right? All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you dropping by, Two Turtle. You have to drop by again. I'm been trying to stream about every night because I'm down here about every night. Yep. Oh shoot. But it's gonna be a fun year. I'm looking forward to it. Let's open up one of these baggies. Let's see what we got here. So Corno de Toro. Yes, I've got some work gloves. Let's see if any more of these sprouted. I give them one more day. Let's open a little napkin. There's one and two. Everything else looks about normal though. I don't see. I'm just surprised. I mean, normally I don't. So what we're gonna have to do. Man, you got a lot done today. We got my dad's shed cleaned out real good. He's got these pole barn or these Rubbermaid um, garage kits he got when Sears went out of business, and he had them wrapped up in these tarps out against his barn. He wanted to get them inside. Oh my. So we spent some time, pulled everything out of the yard barn, and there was enough space to put part of the kits up in the lofts, and then the rest of the kits up against the wall. They're pretty nice. He's gonna ultimately, eventually, I'll get one of them. He's storing it for me until we figure out what we're doing housing wise, whether we're gonna continue to stay here and ultimately maybe buy this place at some point or do something different. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, at some point we're gonna be putting those together. Cleaned all that out though, and he's actually got more space than what he did before those kits were in there because we got a lot of junk out of there, a lot of stuff he just didn't need. I don't know what he did. I don't know if he stashed it in another place or threw stuff away or what he did. But worked out pretty well today. He enjoyed seeing us too. We haven't been out there. We were real bad this winter. I didn't hardly get out there at all, and then he was gone a lot, visiting his brother out in Colorado. This is probably the first weekend actually spending like extended time with Dad at his place, probably in the last 6 months, I would say. And I know he enjoyed seeing the kids and just hanging out. You know, we need to. It was good to do that. And my wife, she got some alone time. I guess she's, been kind of a little stir crazy. She really appreciated just not having anybody here in the house where she could just focus and do whatever she wanted to do. Rest, relax, not have any kind of noise other than whatever she turned on TV or whatnot. She got a lot of stuff done too and seems a lot happier. So that's good. There's a lot of times when, I don't know, things get kind of amped up at home, and a lot of it's because there's constant chatter all day long that she's listening to or having to engage, and I underestimate that a lot of times because I spend a lot of my day in an office, and I've got some interaction, but not, not near as much as she does. And so by the end of the day, she's pretty wore out from all that. Whereas, I don't know. I don't think it's a real big deal. It's all perspective, right? And all being in the environment. Since I'm not in the environment, I don't really understand or, there's an interesting, not to get religious, but we'll get religious for a little bit here. There's an interesting verse in the Bible about that. It's in I think First or Second Peter. But it talks about husbands dwelling with their wives with understanding, and it's kind of neat. I've been doing word studies here and there, looking up the Greek and going back, and there's just a lot of meaning that's hidden in those words because I guess, people in those times were in some ways more advanced or smarter, like just had a capacity. We still have it. It's just, we've lost some because, back then they had, they didn't have like TV and video and stuff like that. There was more the humanities. And there was a lot of writing and things like that. Anyway, that word understand means compassion, like walking in their shoes, having compassion, understanding. And I admit a lot of times I don't have that because I'm not walking in her shoes and don't have the full picture of what's going on. They understand the compassion. The compassion's a big one. I tend to be, I like to joke around, like to be like lighthearted about things, and I can But I like to joke around and have fun and stuff like that, and not be all serious about things. And I think a lot of times things would go a lot better for me personally, as it in terms of as it comes, relates to her. If I had a little more understanding, compassion, because I tend to be kind of apathetic and I don't know, almost borderline. Well, I guess kind of uncaring, just insensitive, all that. So anyway, so it's good. She got what she needed today. I got what I needed today, or we got, my dad got what he needed today. And the kids, they had fun too. I mean, everybody just had a pretty good day. And there went my timer. That's hilarious. Let's turn that back on. Hit the override. There we go. That's better. Yep. Yeah. Shoot. I need to push more of them pins down. That timer's hilarious. Tell you what we'll do. Let's go ahead and blast the ants. This should be fun. Let's flip this around. How many do you think's behind that outlet? I hear you, Tom. Preach it, man. Yeah. 500 ants behind the outlet. Let's see here. Let's get some gloves on, just in case. Got my bottle of Thieves Cleaner ready. Got the overhead light on. Let's turn this off. Let's move this just a little bit so I don't come crashing into it. Looks like they got their little nest there. Look at that. And now they're pouring out of the bottom. I'd say there are a couple hundred. You think I got them all? that's hilarious. I wonder how many more times I'm going to have to do that. Now look at that. Yeah. Yeah, that's the next step, isn't it? Taking the cover off. I could take the cover off. I got a screwdriver. Let me go get the screwdriver real quick. Oh my goodness. It's kind of cool that that thieves spray though kills them pretty much on contact. I mean, they're not moving. There's still more coming out though. How many do you think's behind the cover? Maybe 500 more. Couple hundred more. There's quite a bit in there. Oh my goodness. I'm running out of cleaner. Well, I think I got them pretty good. Now what I need to do is get my wet dry vac. Let's go ahead and get the wet dry vac. Maybe I can suck some more out. Let's see if this reaches. It's close. Whoops. Oh my goodness, we'll get this into the There we go. We'll sweep them out now, see what happens. Yeah, there's still a few. Well, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. I'm thinking they might even be behind the gang box there that's in the wall, potentially. So annoying. We'll keep an eye on it next couple days. Kind of see what happens. What do you think? Am I safe to plug this back in, or are we going to hear a loud pop when I do that? Well, I think it's going to be okay. Maybe I'll get some heavier gloves real quick, just in case there is something to it. All right. Let there be light. Well, this video was supposed to be about seeds starting over. But instead it kind of ended up being about extermination. We'll see. It'll be interesting to watch this the next couple days, see if there's any left. I mean, hopefully I got most of them. I got the little eggs or whatever that were, or their little food stocks. They had drug out from the panel on the back of the timer and around the sides. Looked like most everything in the gang box is dead that I could tell. I mean, I loaded that with the thief spray here. Stuff works great. Hopefully my wife's not gonna be upset with me that I used like about a quarter of the bottle. Alright, Stone Man. Thanks for dropping in, man. Well, I'll probably jump off here as well. I gotta get the thief spray. It's basically an all-purpose cleaner. Like, it's not all solid thief spray. It's I think you mix it with water, whatnot. But it's basically essential oils. Like this cleaner comes from like a thieves oil. And a thieves oil itself is like this. It's a combination of all kinds of different stuff. And apparently, supposedly, when during like the, I guess the bubonic plague or black plague or whatever it was, thieves would wear that, like put it on their neck and stuff like that, so that they wouldn't get sick. It's got like supposedly some medicinal properties, but it's also a really good cleaner. Sanitizes stuff, so we use it on the, instead of like the chemical cleaners and stuff like that. A lot of times we'll use this because it's not near as harsh. It's natural and stuff. Kids aren't allergic to it, and apparently it's a really good pesticide. At least for ants. I mean, boom, kills them on contact. So anyway, we were getting it from this one company. I forget the name of the company that my wife gets these essential oils from now. It's not Young Life or what is the name of that? It's basically kind of an upstart company. The quality is just as good, but the prices are a lot better than the mainstream company that we were getting them from. And periodically we'll load up on some of that stuff. Not just the thief spray. The thieves oil is good for like when you are not feeling good and stuff. You can put it around like your lymph nodes. You can rub it on your feet. Another oil, peppermint, has been real good. She's got a bunch of different ones. There's a lot we still have yet to learn about them, you know, and they smell good though. That's all I know, and it seems to work. You know, even if it's like placebo effect, seems like the stuff's working, and so yeah. Well, I think what I'm gonna do Now, if I've got time, once I get the kids tucked in, yeah, that's hilarious. I'll probably jump off here and then get my kids situated and all that, and then probably come back down and get these seeds out of these bags. These bags aren't working that good. I've only got a handful of seeds that are sprouted. So I'm going to transfer them to the soil tray, give them a couple more days, and in worst case scenario, if I can't get stuff going, I'll just replant within the seeds I do have, and then I may worst case scenario, I'll go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get some Bonnie plants, or go to a greenhouse or something and get pepper plants this year rather than wasting time trying to get these started if I can't get stuff started here. And then next year, what I'll probably do, I won't even mess with this paper towel stuff in the baggies. I'll just roll the dice, plant normal, like I do the other seeds. And even though it might take longer to sprout, I'm probably going to end up being better off anyway, because obviously I'm doing something wrong. Whether it's temperature, whether it's moisture, yeah, who knows? It could be maybe I got bad seeds. Maybe, though that's highly unlikely, because most of the stuff's not too old, and I saved it, and I know it was good seed, because when I was cleaning it, like they all went to the bottom. If they were dead, they would have floated to the top when I was cleaning it and getting it ready. And I stored it in good conditions, like nice and cool. So I don't think it's that. I think it's what I'm doing here, trying to get them started. So gonna start them in a tray. Just put some rows in this tray. I'm gonna bury the seeds, just lightly cover them, and we'll see what happens. So, oh, one other thing I gotta show you before I jump off here. Ah. So, got this flange pipe. It's like $2. So that's reservoir, and this, it fits down right in there. That's the way it's supposed to. There was a black pipe I had. I don't know what happened to it. Kids might have thrown it away. So I'm going to fill this in with soil and stuff, and this is going to be my pipe that I water. Be real handy. Not that the cup was okay, but this I can just pour it right in real quick. It's going to feed the reservoir down there, and you can see there's still water in it. You can tell when this is full, and it's got a hole here on each side, so water will start dripping out once this is full of water. And it could probably hold, I'm guessing, a gallon or two of water. But again, it's elevated on a plastic platform, and then there's soil clumps on the 3 corners that are touching all the way down that soak up the water, and then through capillary action keep the whole thing watered. So yeah, this flange pipe's just going to go down in there like that. I'm going to go ahead and bury that, add some more potting mix so I can get that spread, and then we're good to go on that. And then I've got another one for my my other box up there that I'm going to get going too. We'll be good to go. All right. Well, I guess that's it for now. At least all that I'm going to stream tonight. And we'll see how things are going upstairs. And good chance I'll catch it tomorrow. And then, like I said, with the fertilizer, if you want to pick up some bags, that'd be great. And then we'll figure it out. Whether it's I'll get you some money. I'll get you some potato sets too. How about that? So, all right, man. We'll catch you later. Till next time. Happy gardening. Bye.